you know that rural and remote Australia has the highest healthcare needs but has the lowest number of health professionals? And did you also know that people living with disability in remote areas are less likely to see a GP, a medical specialist, or access allied health? There are 50% fewer psychologists, 51% fewer physiotherapists, and 65% fewer occupational therapists available. 20% more people in remote areas are living with disease, and risk factors for poor health are higher in remote Australia. This is partly because of inequitable access to healthcare. Also contributing is fewer employment opportunities, limited access to affordable healthy food, and environments that are less conducive to exercise. As a result, chronic conditions are higher in rural and remote areas, including arthritis, chronic back pain, and cardiovascular disease. A vast proportion of these people identify as having a disability. However, not all of these disabilities are immediately noticeable. So how might it look to have an invisible disability in rural Australia? This is John, a 59-year-old farmer from country Queensland. As a consequence of agricultural life, John has osteoarthritis in both knees and chronic low back pain. He displays a typical level of rural stoicism, silently suffering. John's business begins to suffer. He participates less in activities that he enjoys, and he becomes increasingly withdrawn from community and family life. He becomes depressed. Noticing his pain and low mood, his wife manages to convince John to see a doctor. The GP refers John to see the local physiotherapist for his knee and back concerns. However, there are long wait lists, it's a long drive, and it's very expensive. As a result, he doesn't attend any appointments, and he does not seek professional help or social support for his mood difficulties. As his pain becomes increasingly debilitating, he continues to disengage from life, resulting in suicide. Suicide rates are 66% higher in rural and remote areas. John is an example of the complex interplay between rural culture and the structure of health services. You might wonder, why didn't John just retire to the city where he could easily access services? John should not need to relocate to access services because the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability states that health services should be provided as close as possible to people's own communities, including rural areas. John wasn't disadvantaged because of his choice to live in a rural area. He was disadvantaged because the service structures in rural areas are inadequate and underfunded. As local citizens, we have called on our government to increase the presence of health workers in remote and rural Australia by writing to federal ministers. We also ask you to share this video and talk to 3 people to raise awareness.